I always feel like we should have papers to tap. I do have papers to tap. Good morning.
You got news?
We have breaking felting news this morning. Thank you for joining us. We just wanted to be here to answer any questions about the auction, if you have them, and, chit chat about whatever. But did we do an auction last year? I don't think.
We did one.
Ooh.
We did one split, maybe.
I
remember trying to be in two places because Mila was over there.
Gosh.
But that might have been 2020,
right?
Not 21,
right? I don't remember. But we are bringing some of my art to you today. I have not been listing it throughout the year. I don't usually sell things, and just wanted to offer a few cool things, sculptures. I put some fiber art bats in there. We've got more blankets and some mushroom vignettes, and some felted 2D. So we did notice a couple of accidental bids and double bids. So just be careful when you're on the page. And if you go to place a bid, if you hit that black button,
you placed a bid.
You placed a bid.
And if you hit it again, you placed another one right after you placed the first one, and you bid against yourself.
And I noticed that it doesn't have cents. It doesn't have 0.00.
Right.
So when you place a bid, you're just putting the dollar amount. And that might be why there was a $170,000 bid this morning. In my dreams. I'm just kidding. So yeah, we're still kind of getting to know the auction format along with you. And Carla has been on top of emails, so if there's anything that's troubling you or that doesn't look right, then she's going to keep her eye on it, but she will hop in and help out. This color doesn't look good against the purple wall. I have to keep that in mind.
I think it looks bad. We were going for festive.
Yeah. Except I don't own any red and green. So I had to do gold.
All right. I don't see questions per se. I don't know if we want to...
A lot of good mornings.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to go through the auction items. Or if anyone wants to see anything specific, let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you want to see anything specific. We can hold it up. I'll show the blankets and the 2D items. When I hold up the 2D items, there might be a glare because I did decide to frame them under glass. And I can share with you guys, we talk a lot about how to frame, and I'm pretty happy with what I've done with these. I have kind of a little bit of a variety going on, but I'm using a foam core, and I'm using a product that is an adhesive, but it's archival, it's acid free, and it's removable. It's water based. So I am actually gluing, adhering the top of the felted piece to the foam core. I'm not doing it all over. I'm just really getting the top so that it hangs in there, which is how watercolors and pastels are sort of hung inside of frame. And then on the lion, I use something called a spacer. So between the glass and the felted piece, you can it's a sort of a acrylic or plastic spacer that goes all around the edge of the frame. So it just keeps the art a quarter of an inch from the glass, so that if you do have a little bit of texture, it's not completely smushing it. But sorry, I know you took. We passed the hummingbird. I'll just show that one first. So the hummingbird, I kind of reworked a little bit, and I put it in the overhead here, and refined it and just spruced it up for the auction. It's 20 by 20, and I picked out a frame for it, but I thought it was going to be here in time, but it's not. But it will be framed, and the frame is this. It's like a 2.5 inch wide, dark espresso color, sort of a grayed out. It's not brown. It's not black. And it has a floral engraving in it. It's very subtle. And then it has a linen liner. And I also did glass. That just a choice. So that will be framed. And once it's framed, it will be pretty substantial. But it should be really pretty. There we go. Put that back over there.
Somebody asked how we bid. I did link our auction page. If you go to the website, there is an auction page. Each item is listed with a description, and there's a little box with a place to place a bid. So it does need you to be logged into an account in order to bid. And if you are logged into an account and you click place bid, you will have placed a bid. So it doesn't ask you to confirm your bid. You just
and there is no automatic, you can't set your top bid and it will bid for you. You have to bid real person. Clicky clicky.
Yes. So at the end, when it's 6:58 tonight and people are really trying to get in maybe for their last top bid, keep refreshing so you can see where they are. If anyone's done eBay, I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure eBay's whole bidding, they've been doing that for a long time. This is an app we have plugged into our website, so it's good. I don't know that it is down to the last 10th of a second of...
Right. So I'm just going to reiterate what Kyla just said. Towards the end of the evening, if there's a hot item, you want to refresh. You can place a bid, refresh so that you see if somebody else did. But, it might not be that competitive. But
just in case.
Just in case. If you've never done this before, the refresh is key. Happy to see that the hair behind me does not have a glare, which is cool. Whoa. The lag is crazy. Wait.
Yeah, there's latency.
No, she's still on.
Am
No,
I not?
You're way back.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened.
She's still on the hummingbird over
That's
there.
weird. Okay. So the hair is in the auction. It is 14 by 14 and mounted the way that I just explained under glass. The frame is repurposed. This was a frame that I had for an oil painting. So it does have, you don't see it, but on the bottom there's a little ding in the corner, but when it's hanging, you don't see it. And love that frame on there. I feel like it's actually perfect for it, so I was really happy about that. And the framed pieces are going to be expensive to ship. Keep that in mind. I would say probably in the $40 to $60 range.
In the U.S.
Yeah. The lion, for some reason, this frame is really heavy and will be, it will be pricey. So, I can show the dragon. I just want to show these. And I'm just going to hold it up back here. I'm not going to try to put it in the underhead, the overhead. So hopefully,
it's a beast.
It is. It is a beast. So that's the lion frame. This is the one that has the spacer. I just wanted to try and keep a little bit of his mane texture going.
Definitely, look at the glare.
It does have a glare.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
You can see
why does the rabbit not have it, but
know.
that one had it?
You can see our lights.
Our rim light. And then this one's fun. This is the wave that we made in the, well, this isn't the one that I made in the felt along. This is the one that I made in preparation for the fiber fairy with the watercolors. And it is on foam core, and I did a combo of stitching it, tacking it on, and that adhesive that I told you about, and I'm gonna grab the bottle of that and show you guys. And then a long time ago, we had this seagrass as part of a giveaway. So I used the seagrass onto a super cool piece of driftwood that kind of matches the top of the wave. And then this one has real shells and all of the needle felted stones stitched onto it. So this is a cool way to bring that one together. All right, this is going to be glary too, I guess. There's the zebra. Big. The lion and the zebra are huge. So happy with that frame too. It's like a really soft silver, which matches the highlights in the black stripes of the zebra. But I can't hold that one up for long. It's heavy. Any questions?
There were some questions about.
Oh, let me grab
core.
that. Grab that. About core? Yeah.
And then someone asked if they win something like an art bat, can they order other stuff and have it added? If you win, you have to go into your account. Into the My Orders, there's a spot that shows auction listings, and if you are the winner, there's a spot to check out. I believe because you're checking out through the website, you could have other stuff in your cart. I'm not sure about that. So if that does happen, leave an order note and email, and we'll do our best to make that combination
Yeah, we could
happen.
put them together.
Mhm.
So this is the product from, I got it at Jerry's Artorama. It's called Archival, let's see, Neutral pH Adhesive by Line Co.
Lawnco?
Line Co.
Outline.
Line Co. Holyoke, Mass. Dries clear, remains flexible. She told me that if you like use water, you can actually lift it back off, which is pretty cool. I didn't really, so another option would be like spray adhesive, but I don't like the idea of permanently sticking art to something. I don't know why. So.
Someone just asked why the gold and silver bat is expired.
Kyla will check.
It says time expired. It's so weird. Starts.
Why this one too?
Look at.
With something to do with the time zone, maybe?
It says 11:28. It ended Monday, last week. That makes no sense.
All right, we will fix it. We will
fix
fix it. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Deb. We can do that. I'll write that down. Link adhesive.
So confusing.
So I have the blankets here too, which are sort of, I have to do a hold up kind of thing because they're too big to go right here, but I will hold them up. They are various sizes, but all within about 44 to 78, just a little bit of variation. And this is the poppies one. This is the most colorful one, I'd say, especially because the hand spun that I used on it changes color, so it has a ton of ton of color variation in it. And it's a shell pink on the back. What?
I'm noticing that the image is flipped. So give me a sec.
Which image?
Isn't it? Oh no! Oh, weird.
This one is peacock. This is the most vibrant one. It stays in the realm of green to teal and purple, but it is super super saturated and vibrant. And it has like kind of like a lilac or purple back to it.
The 2D hummingbird is expired, and I already fixed it today.
Oh no. What the heck?
Maybe that's the one I fixed. It's all right.
This one we named Blackberry. It's really a very muted purple with this plum color, and it's on I think this is like Hush, or this is one of our colors. Yeah, one of our merino colors. That's that one. They're so soft. Super soft. And really warm without a ton of weight. This one's on the heavy side. Some of the silk is heavier than other. This one I named Brindle because Patience, my stepmom, loved it, and then I realized she loved it because it looks like both of her whippets. It's like it's got all the whippet brindle colors in it. But this one's a more kind of neutral, grays, tans, a little bit of gold, tiny bit of like red and pink in here. I think you need one.
I need a blanket. You're gonna have me falling asleep here.
This one is, I love the colors. I love the colors in this one. I'm blanking on the name of this one right now.
Oh.
Cosset.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one matches me. Maybe I'll wear this one.
So cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. The silver and gold is fixed.
Was that the only offender?
Bunny Puff.
We don't know.
Bunny Puff is fixed. The 2D Hummer was a problem earlier. That is fixed. Okay. Can the 2D get signed and include a certificate of authenticity? We don't have a certificate.
They are signed. I do not have a certificate of authenticity, but they have my initials felted into them. So,
Can you hold up the gold and silver bats, please? It's gonna be tricky because you're in a blanket now.
yes. Where are
Are
they?
they right in front of me?
Oh yeah, they're right in front of you. I didn't. Every time like I unroll them, they get a little more unkept, but these don't have a ton of. It is in the overhead. They don't have a ton of color variation. They have a lot of texture variation. They're mostly soft, long staple fibers, so they will be good accents in wet felting, spinning, and needle felting. I mean, you could just spin this as it is. Lots of silk. And honestly, I don't remember. This one probably has some of that mohair. The platinum mohair, I think, is in both of these. silk and merino. And this one has, I think they both have fur. This one has camel fur, and that one has silver sable fur. So I was going for shine. But here, I'll hold this one up so you can see how big it is.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
They're pretty big. This one's really big. This one's another ounce heavier than the silver one. It's just the way it worked out.
Talbot, are you accepting bribes to ignore all of your other jobs and spend more time editing? I assume that has to do with the female figure course.
Yeah.
No bribes needed. It's gonna get done.
Oh, I'm knocking over ducklings and everything.
So funny. Yeah, the female figure course. It's coming. We're gonna do it. We are gonna do it. It's a doozy. Talbot said it was over 9 hours of footage, and we've gotten very complex in our video editing. Talbot does a really good job, and when we filmed it, I don't know what was wrong with me. I was like all over the place. So I made his job harder because I'm like, oh, let's try that. I was like experimenting in the female figure course. Like, let's try this. And then we had to like go back and figure out how to work my randomness into a coherent, smooth tutorial, which it will be. And I have been taking a painting course the last few weeks. It's every Tuesday, so it's just once a week. And it's 2.5 hours from me. It's only 3 hours long. So I've been driving to East End, Pennsylvania, and it's an open studio. So there's other artists there, and we're all doing different things with help from Adriano Farinella is his name. If you want to look him up, he's very good. He teaches very well and shares absolutely everything openly and thoroughly. You know, he puts everything he has into it. So I am getting a taste of the workshop experience from I will drive 2.5 hours to go spend 3 hours painting. But anyway, I'm doing figures, and it's been really cool to dive in. It's always been a favorite subject of mine, but to do it in the painting medium.
There's some questions about how the blankets are made, which, as much as Sarah shares,
yeah,
she's not sharing that.
I am keeping the entire blanket process under wraps until I get more things in place for launching them. But it's kind of like Nuno felting, where you're combining, making a new textile out of silk and wool. So
how do you wash them? Are they washable?
They are washable, but the cool thing about silk and wool are, first of all, super warm, very durable. Both are fire resistant, and antibacterial and antimicrobial. So they do not have to be washed very often, unless like you spill something on it, but they don't get, they don't get stinky or like pet smelly, or, they sort of resist that. If they need to be washed, they can be washed on the gentle cycle with Woolite, but don't put it in the dryer. Just lay it flat to dry or hang it out, and they dry really, really fast. So, is there anything else you guys want to know about or see? This is like the auction of white rabbits. We have a puff, a basket bunny, and a snow hare. Well, we have the little brown bunny too, but yeah. The basket bunny cracks me up because he's just a regular basket bunny, but he got Angora, not Angora, alpaca on him.
He wants to be a snow hare.
He does want to be a snow hare. And I feel like we had a felt along or something when we did that. Adding the alpaca on there.
Wasn't that one where several of us did it?
Yeah. Marcia
Like in
did
our
it.
class,
You did
yeah.
it. Yeah. Talbot, there's requests for a bloopers reel.
You know, I'm leaving a lot in
Uh-huh.
that could be considered bloopers.
Fantastic.
So it's almost unnecessary.
Yeah, we don't want to take all the fun out.
Mhm.
Don't clean it up too much.
Somebody did ask before about the core wall, just the new colors. I don't know what whoever asked that, if they had a specific question.
Yeah, we're sorting out. We're kind of we're restructuring it because the Sarafina core is the fiber that I prefer the most. The new core from Custom Woolen Mills is awesome. It's very chunky, is fun colors. They've got some, for those of you who are missing the variation of our old core, it's got that variegation in it and great for felting. I actually haven't made too much with it. We had it a long time ago and I made a bunch of stuff with it, but I haven't made anything with since we got the new stuff. But it was basically like kind of a substitute, but we really like it. So we're going to keep some of their colors, and they have a lot of colors like we could expand upon. And then we're going to keep some of the Sarafina core colors, mainly the naturals,
Right.
you know, the wheat, caramel, cinnamon, carob. I love carob. Of course, gnome nude. And yeah, and then it's, you know, this business, and it's not just Sarafina, like everyone involved. You're sort of adjusting to what's happening in the fiber industry. And I always, whenever we think we're like in a crisis, we find new things, and it always pushes us to try new things. And so yeah, we're getting, and we are making good progress with the Sarafina core, getting those colors back in stock.
It's
Did
been a
something else
process.
happen? Oh.
No, it's just been a process. Very exciting that we have a gnome nude.
Yes, we did make a gnome
Almost,
nude
yeah.
replacement. If you've seen Naked Gnome, that's our gnome nude replacement, and it's good. It's very good on the color. The texture is slightly different, but I'm very happy with it. So
The cost of the course for the female figure, it's going to be
it's going to be
like
a
the horse course.
PHFD. What is that? 145. 145. I could get the figures and give them a little preview.
I could get them.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I think that they are in a bin, neatly labeled. Female figures. One of those bins.
One of these.
And there's a 3 in there, I think.
Yes.
Just the ladies.
Hand them over. And you can have the armature too.
Thank you. Okay. We'll go overhead here. Armature. So it's a 14-inch armature. By the time they're made, they end up about 15 inches tall. And then this was the first one I made. And I never finished her face. Well, she's just not finished in general. And she was supposed to be a little bit bigger, but you stab and stab, and they just, because you're trying to smooth that skin out, you know, and they do get smaller. And then I wanted to make a more athletic sort of warrior figure. This is probably one of the more firmly felted things that I've ever made, because I just kept working on her. And then this is the one that I made in the actual filming of the course, and I love her very much. I'm very happy with her face. She has great hair, and it's a lot of fun. So that is what you're waiting on. It's coming. Can you put these on the table?
Mm-hmm. Christmas,
do you
right?
have the remote for the overhead?
Yes. What should I do?
Could you just zoom in a little bit,
Okay.
and I'll say when. That's good.
Okay.
Someone's using the witch video.
Yeah, we went pretty in depth in the witch and parts of the mermaid.
Oh, I found the mermaid face footage.
Oh, where was it?
It's a Facebook video, but it's like an hour that you did.
It's a Facebook video. So there's YouTube ones.
Yes, you went live.
I did go live.
And I came across it looking for something else and
Okay.
linked it.
Yeah, so the mermaid was a felt along, and sort of off the, like, it was a big project. It was a lot to share in a felt along format. And so at some point I worked on the face off of felt along, but I went live, I guess.
Like the blue
Yeah.
on the face.
Yeah.
Well, it's now linked.
YouTube ones. What's happening over there?
Turn off your volume.
Is like flickering on and off.
Yeah, so the mermaid was a felt along. How's the auction going?
Good. Things are happening.
Good.
Yep. I hope people bidding know they're bidding. Since we had a few oopses, I'm like...
We are very, I was going to say casual, accommodating. Like, don't stress. Like, we're going to, if something, you know what I mean? Like, one person, we'll make it right. If anything gets haywire, we make it right.
Someone asked where the mermaid is linked. We have on the like Fun and More page. I'm linking it right now. Diane.
So under tutorials, free tutorials on the website, that page immediately forces you to pick either techniques,
tutorial series,
or Fun and More.
Fun and More.
The other way to go about it is to go to the YouTube channel and look at the video playlists. And the video playlists are broken down into like live streams, fiber fairies, level 1, level 2, level 3. So that's kind of two different ways.
And felt along. So if you go for the mermaid felt along on YouTube, you'll find that. But the face part was Facebook. So if you go onto the Fun and More and scroll for the mermaid section, under felt alongs, it's there. I just linked that page as well.
Some nice messages. Thank you. I think everyone, we talk about it a lot, but everyone shares in the appreciation for this art form and wool and what it does and how it works, and discovering it is pretty cool. And introducing other people to it is super rewarding, and it's fun to watch them discover it as well. So
okay. Someone asked about the auction. Wendy, I just linked the auction page. It's on the main website. There's a auction button at the top.
Yeah, so it goes till 7. So just keep that in mind. if there's something you really have your eye on, just to tune in at 7. See where it is.
People who win, no, I have to go through and actually declare winners.
Okay.
So
You will get a notification via Kyla, not
it
automated.
should be automated when it's declared. We
Okay.
like all these shoulds. We're running this whole
Yes.
auction. Like, we did do a test, and I had to adjust some things. So there's what I believe is going to happen now. And if you win, we'll let you know.
Kyla worked really hard this week, helping me get this. Well, basically, I was helping her get this all together. So
Summer auction. So people aren't
Trisha,
broke from Christmas.
good idea. Good idea. There's a local store that opened, and she snagged a bunch of my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, am I going to be able to have an auction? But I have more. So
Somebody mentioned the Chronicles.
yeah.
Nice
How are you
they're
guys?
enjoying that?
What'd you say? Did you
Just
it?
they're enjoying the new
Yeah.
Chronicles section.
Yep, we're gonna keep
Yeah.
adding to that and
I have
sharing
one
stories.
yesterday. I got one.
You did?
Together.
Okay.
I mean, you need to look it
Oh,
up. and
okay.
Write your thing.
Okay.
But we'll have another one come out soon.
Oh, some of my art. The best one I left there. I will eventually. I have one here, but I don't want to show it without showing the better the better ones. Well, I'll go get it. Something to do.
Don't trip on my cord.
I won't trip on your
Sorry.
cord or my
Your
blanket.
blanket.
I put Oliver's bed over here, and he still chose that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Milo was a little smelly the other day. I hope he doesn't walk away with that.
We should put Oliver on camera somehow.
My dog is sleeping very hard. That's what he does. He's very cozy. So someone said, what class are you taking? You might want to explain again.
Okay, I'm taking, it's an open studio, which is what prompted me to have our own open studio work hours. Our first one is on Thursday, this coming Thursday. So the artist whose studio we're using is helping 6 people individually with all different things. But he will have a figure course in 2023, so I'm hoping to be able to go to that. I just wanted to share this painting that I yoinked from Rich O'Hanna. He's a needle felter. You guys probably know him, but I just think it's so pretty. We did get a frame for this one too, so I'm excited. But talk about affordable art. Check his. Oh, look, he has a stamp of authenticity. Now I gotta have it stampable.
Well, that's for... You can't stamp.
I mean, I
You
can't
can't
stamp.
stamp like
No,
that.
I can't. But then I was thinking about for 2D art and the blankets, is there a way to
to stamp.
create almost like an embossing in the felt? A felting stamp.
Well, brand
Ooh.
potentially work,
We're gonna do it.
but fiber shifts.
Yeah. A
So
tag.
this was my first study in the course, and the goal was to not fully render but block in monochromatically using just about 3 values, which is really challenging because our brain tends to want to curve and smooth and blend, and so you really have to squint your eyes and just keep it super simple. Like when we squint our eyes, we lose detail, and you just see values. And then just painting by myself. This is my my little surly selfie self-portrait that I did, because ultimately I want to do portraits, which are very challenging. And so with lack of reference material, I sometimes do self-portraits because thank you. So I'll keep you guys posted. There was not a live model. I used reference material from photographs taken of a live model, but in this, because it's just an open studio, there's no live model. But the figure drawing that I do locally, there's live models, so that's really fun. So Rich Ohana does not have a website, I don't think. But he has a Facebook page, and sometimes he's Richard Hanna, and sometimes he's Rich Ohana. So try both. He's an excellent artist. He's one of those artists that does everything. He's a musician, he's an actor, he's a tattooist, a painter, needle felter. Mm-hmm. I feel like I had a train of thought about painting. I don't know. I'll hold the that other bat up for you guys because it's really pretty.
You can't see it. It's really there.
It goes from light to mid, then gold, and then dark purple. So it's really big. Whoops. But it's gotten a little stretched out from me taking pictures of it and everything. There you go. This would be really fun to spin. Or just start like a landscape with or something.
Did Rich Ohana felt Einstein and Lincoln?
That sounds right. And Bernie.
Marilyn Monroe. Someone has a question about the open studio.
Mm-hmm.
Just what's that about?
Well, I haven't had workshops since COVID, and just opening the doors to anyone who can make it here for an afternoon to get together with other people felting. It's independent work, although I am here to help. And also, we have a carder and surrounded by all the fiber you need. So yeah, it's $48. It's, I want to say 1 to 4, 12:30. I don't know. It's on the, it was in the last newsletter. And so the only one I have scheduled right now is on Thursday, but after the holidays, we'll do some more. So you can just keep an eye on the calendar.
I should have that on the calendar.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I am now realizing that.
Kyla's going to put it on the calendar. So, unfortunately, it's more for local, local-ish people, but yeah, it should be fun. Low pressure for me and a lot of fun just to get people together and help them with different things.
1 to 4.
Yeah, 1 to 4.
Would you ever be able to put something together at the shop that would help with doing color? Putting colors together is complicated. Any resource would be helpful. Mm-hmm.
We have a few ideas on that front. We have some kind of online software type ideas. We have some course or webinar color theory ideas. I've never been formally trained in color theory, although
When did you talk about that?
So we think maybe we talked about it live, doing something. Yeah,
The lion?
maybe a little
don't know.
bit
I
in the
remember you
live
having-
lion.
I remember you doing an entire color thing and having the color wheel.
So yes, I would love to do that. There's so much to it, and there's just any color theory, you know, for paint, you know, whether mixing colors, no matter what the medium is. And then the needle felting is a whole other specific thing, and wet felting, because now we're talking about fiber type and technique and adding that to the equation. When I pull colors, like for the blankets or for a bat, or to try to achieve a skin tone or whatever it is that I'm doing, there are definitely very specific, concise, communicable thoughts happening. I just, because I don't have the formal training, it's a little bit more challenging for me to present, because I have to take it out of my brain, and you know what I mean? Like,
You did address color somewhat during the Lion 2D.
okay. Color is, yeah, because I remember we were talking about, like, a color is a value, a hue, and a saturation. So those three things make up a color. So it's not just, is it blue? It's, so yeah, there's definitely a lot there. And we get a lot of requests, a lot of emails, you know, with, I want to make this, what color fiber do I need? And the house carded colors are great for so many things, because we already blended colors together with specific things in mind, like the horse coats, the skin tones, the pelts, the flowers. They're all, you know, specific fiber and color mixtures. But so often it's like, well, you've got to get, you know, nut merino, and, you know, it's to get just the right color for a needle felting project. You almost always have to blend, because you're trying to get the color and the right kind of texture that you want to use.
You mixed paint one time. Totally remember that. I have to find
My
it.
favorite thing, making gray out of blue and orange. I imagine that's what I did. I can't remember mixing paint. I don't remember painting live.
I like remember a whole thing. And then
Did
I
I
feel like
paint
that's
live?
when I added the color wheels. Oh.
The
maybe it was
rooster.
painting.
Remember we did that for I painted with our advanced group,
You did
because
something live,
because
though.
it got canceled. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Remember that? So much has happened. We have so many videos too. Like, sometimes people are like, "Oh, can you teach us?" And I'm like, "Well, that's already a thing. That's already a tutorial." I held up all of the blankets, but I can hold them up again.
Anne joined us a little late.
Okay. Posing and lighting. Yeah, photography is another. I'm not technically advanced in photography. I just kind of know what I like when I see it, and have some ideas about what works for me. So I'm not the most qualified to teach about photography, but you know, it definitely is super important, especially if you are presenting your work, you know, for sale or building a business. Very important. So. How's the auction?
I mean, I think it's
Think it's
good.
nothing's expired.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the other thing that's been cool about working in this painting open studio workshop is learning more about the tools that other artists use to make things happen. And that's been very eye-opening for me, that there's like I've always known about things like, you know, turning it upside down or working in black and white first, that kind of stuff. But now with apps, you know, there's a lot of help with your photograph, with colors. I mean, I don't Photoshop, but some people, you know, to get their reference photo the way that they want it, like now that's an option. Like it used to be, I was taking, you know, 3 rolls of film,
Hoping
like
you
getting
got-
it all developed, hoping I got a good shot. I daydream I would love to have, like someone to model for stuff, but that's a whole nother thing to set up.
Anne said she couldn't relax about her color mixing with watercolors until a bird pooped on her paper, which helped her let it go.
That little bird was sending you a message.
No pooping on the felting, though. Trisha would like to see the dragon.
Oh, sure. This is a good one. Put him in the overhead. This is probably the most elaborate one I did. He's like dark purple, and then he's got red, and this is not my color palette. And then he goes to like this copper color, and he has brown neps, some of which are more stuck than others, but I kind of like that it's all nimbly wimbly. And wasn't this Trisha's idea? Somebody's idea. Yeah, the tongue. I was thinking about putting some power wax on it just to make it different.
Tonguey.
Yeah. So yeah.
Aren't you sad to see things go?
Not. I mean, sometimes to a degree, but
Then people enjoy them.
I
You're always
love,
making
like,
more.
it means so much to me that someone wants something that I made, so that balances it out. It inspires me to make more, and I don't need, 1,000 critters. I like having them around, but no, I guess overall it doesn't.
Okay.
So I'm sort of like,
I think it's.
it's
I think
running.
things are running.
We're sort of like tying loose ends up this last, getting the chronicles going, working on the auction, getting the female figure course out there for you guys, which is nice to sort of end of year have things not have, especially with the holidays coming, not have big projects looming. So I don't really have, we don't have a winter plan. We don't have fiber.
Surely there's.
We don't have fiber fairies. We don't have feltalongs. We don't have next tutorial.
We do need to figure out.
We have a list that if you unrolled the scroll, it would be 50 feet long. But we haven't picked what we're going to focus on next, which is okay. I'm not. It is. There will be things.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, definitely thinking about the next advanced course. The gorillas in the works. And Yeah.
Will there be a fast?
That's kind of exciting that there's a blank canvas waiting.
Will there be a fast forward female figure?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
an overview?
Yeah, we put that on YouTube.
Can the 2D items be unframed to help with shipping? Someone's in the UK.
Well, yes. The problem with that is that the prices and the bidding
price
are
frame.
happening considering the frame. So I totally understand, and I have to think about how that would work out financially, like what kind of adjusting we would be able to do there. But
Right. Well, yeah, especially if someone does want it framed.
right,
If the winning bid is in the UK and they don't want the
Right.
frame, yeah.
the hummingbird was custom framed, so I sort of would like to keep that one in its frame. Will you write down her name and we'll get back to her on?
Could you do a tiger?
Oh yeah, the tiger's a really fun project. We've done that as a advanced workshop here before. Really fun. I love making tigers. What was her name in the UK?
Sue Cornell, Cornallo.
All right, so when we finish up, I will think through that and send you an email so that you know what my answer is on that one.
I'm going to link just the website to get you to the main page if this is for Little Blue Fly, if you want to order. Not sure if you're looking at auction pieces. There's an auction tab to click there.
Yeah, the auction is all on a page. So at the top it says auction, and you go into that page and it's all there.
I got you covered.
Thank you.
Giraffe.
Oh, the giraffe is fun too. I haven't made a giraffe in a long time. Like I said, no shortage of ideas. The giraffe is really fun, and that's a good one to do because it's so unique. The armature is really challenging. The shape of it is very unique. We usually do our auction. In the past, we did it at night, and it was sort of like an affair. But I did put a little Godiva liqueur into my coffee,
did you?
pretending it's after 5.
Quite early for that.
It really has no effect because it's like a caffeine liqueur cancel out. So I'm just perfectly even.
Yeah, that first auction was wild.
Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure Nick was like running things, and
He was writing everything down. It was very complicated.
I think he was drinking a good bit too as he was trying to run the end.
Yeah. We had to cut him off.
We're like, Nick,
Oh my
you're
gosh.
in charge over there.
So the blankets are made with repurposed saris and superfine merino pre-felt. And then they could have hand spun or locks or hand dyed yarns. Every one of them is different. I make every one, and they will ultimately get their own website and marketing and everything. You guys are getting sort of some preview and just sharing. It's been a few years of me developing this process and figuring it out and refining it. So these are the first that I feel are, really setting the standard for where I want to be, and I'm just going to keep going. And yeah, they're really, I have about 5 at home.
Vanessa's asking if I ordered one, should it be the Face Ace or the Zuli tool?
Oh, that is like
That's a tough
killer
question.
question.
That is a tough question.
I probably have used the Zuli tool the most in tutorials,
Use the Face Ace a lot.
but I love the Face Ace. You're gonna have to get both. That's that's the answer to that question. Both very useful for different things, but
like you did the Sleepy Mouse on the Zuli tool, but
I
would really like it on the Face Ace.
Yeah, it'd be
like,
better on the Face Ace probably.
We just didn't have it
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys feel free to ask any other questions about, about anything at all. We've sort of, if there's any auction questions, that's fine, but we really just wanted to, be available for anything that you guys want to talk about.
Someone asked, they live in Newark. If we do win an auction item, do we put in payment info? If you do end up winning an item, you actually check out on the website. So if you're local and you wanted to pick it up, there is a
local pickup option.
Yeah, whether you're picking shipping or local pickup.
Who's in Newark?
Sasha.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, the actual order gets completed on the website.
Yeah, it's just like ordering from the site, except it's in auction form.
Someone's asking, do you only offer auction? Normally we don't offer auction.
Just today is
Just
the auction.
Today.
So yeah, which I know that you guys both linked to the site. So if you go to the website, you can see everything that we offer and all the needle felting supplies, and then the auction is its own page, and it's just special for today. It ends at 7.
Do you like using reverse needles?
I have recently been using reverse needles more and more. So really love them for faces. Love them to pull a rough spot back apart and then felt it back in with a really fine needle, or to blend. The first time I used a reverse needle was when I made the Leo, like the life-size lion. And I had a lot of core wool colors and stuff going on, and I didn't want him to be all perfect. I wanted him to look like he had been living in the the grasslands for a while. And so I used the reverse needle to like pull grays out from underneath and kind of change so that he wasn't just smooth gold, or tawny colored. So yeah, I really do like reverse needles. I don't use them so much for furring something. I think in the otter, like we use it on the cheeks to fur it out a little bit, but I don't often use it like that. But I mean, they're great.
When will the blankets get their own page?
Trish, what are you talking about? What? Can you grab the mouse behind you? The back of his head? The blankets are going to get their own website, so I don't know what you're looking for. He's just a little mouse.
He doesn't have a lot of.
He doesn't have a back of his head. So that, I'm hoping the blankets will be a 2023 pull it together situation.
I think that's doable.
Yes. Thanks, Talbot. my sister is, this is total off the topic, but my sister likes to make big things and set like big challenges for herself. And so she's gonna join a race. It's in Baltimore. It's what's it called when a sculpture moves? Kinetic sculpture race.
What races? The person?
The kinetic sculpture.
The kinetic sculpture races.
And it has to be able to go on land, mud, and water. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Anyway, so she's making
Is it like motorized?
people powered.
Oh, a people-powered.
So hers has like 2 recumbent bikes that are somehow going to be like hooked together, and then it's going to look like a horseshoe crab. Anyway, Carl, her husband, named it the SS Unwarranted Confidence. That's what he named it. Which I thought of that because Talbot was like,
We got that.
you were confident about my my plan. So isn't that funny?
Wow.
The SS
I need to
Unwarranted
see.
Confidence. She's trying to figure out how to make like a fiberglass form, and like she'll do it though. She will do it. But if you want to look up Baltimore, just put Baltimore kinetic sculpture, and there's like videos of it, and people, they make, it's kind of like if you imagine like a float parade.
That's for Trisha.
Trish, what is the
question? She's making a mouse. That's my guess.
The question. They have no neck. They have no neck.
To see the ears.
Okay. Like it's just sort of like head becomes body.
Is that race you said in Baltimore?
Yes.
When is it?
I mean, I imagine it's in the summer because it's water
Going in the
related.
water.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And you have no idea. She's so, and it's not just, I mean, it's creatively, but it's also like, I'm going to build a sauna and I'm going to go ice climbing and she always tries to rope me in too.
Have you made other horses since the horse course?
I have not. And I only have one left. Others, I just have the one that looks like my horse. No, I haven't, I haven't made anything just like for my own, really. The mushroom vignettes were sort of, I just kind of like had a lot of fun with that, but not too much felting going on that's not in preparation for something, so. Okay. So funny. I've been having fun spinning lately. We did get the nitty knotties in. Still no blending boards, although I think they're close. So yeah, sometimes our ideas, of things we want to bring forward or into, we get
That's
stopped
be
by
more of a 2023
Yes.
before we can.
Yeah, so that's actually
Winter.
something to look forward to, is some drop spindle tutorials and blending board tutorials. Although you don't really need a tutorial. It's just, you could just have at it. It's a lot of fun.
I'm sure people would like to see your
Yeah.
approach. That's like a different video camera setup.
11. What is?
Actually spinning.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Can't wear sweatpants on the bottom.
No,
I don't. I have my sister calls these my fancy pants.
they are fancy pants.
Yeah. My fancy pants on.
What do you want to felt next?
If I could felt something, oh my gosh, like just for me. I really like making the pelts I don't have one down, I don't think. No, I'm not gonna show the tiger one. Yeah. But that's not really felted. I mean, that's different. I like to challenge myself structurally with bigger things like the giraffe and the blue heron. So it could be time to tackle
Make
something like
big.
that. Yeah. I actually would like to do the lion again. I would like to have the lion head here.
What about a buffalo?
Buffalo would be a lot of fun. Lee did a buffalo. Lee did it she just had this like Icelandic sort of like felted pelt and in dark brown and put it on there, and it's
That's awesome.
huge. It's huge. And then sometimes I want to revisit things. Like I haven't made a reindeer in forever. I haven't made a wolf in forever. Be fun just to make some stuff.
Someone's asking to see the gold bat. And there was questions about the blankets, so I don't know if we want to do that
Sure.
before.
We can do the blankets.
Have you ever made felted bags or purses? Is that something you would do? We don't
Probably not. Not me. I think, I don't know why. I did try to make stockings, Christmas stockings, which I think I could succeed at, but I didn't feel like I really succeeded.
The bag or the purse typically requires stitching and finishing to like really make it nice.
Yeah, we know that's not my
I'm not even saying that.
Yeah.
I like really
Yeah.
to do them really well.
Yeah.
That needs to be a.
I do. I think it's a, the hats, the bags, the purses, like that is a real wet felting accomplishment.
Like Recreatively made those awesome purses, but they were so
Yeah.
good at
Right.
connecting some different
Right.
fabrics, liners for the inside, and
Yeah.
like sewing.
Mine would just end up looking like, Ayla from the Plains of Passage, like threw together some hobo looking wool
hobo bag.
amulet. That's how mine would be. I'm not good at refinement. I don't know. So, okay, what were the blanket questions? You just want to see them
wanted
again?
to see them. The
Okay.
Borzoi's nose and eyes are felted. Yes.
Yes, the Borzoi is totally felted. Okay, this one is Cosset. It has cloud or that gray, soft gray background, and then the gray kind of these saris were very bright, and so the gray, I don't know if you can hear me, the gray sort of like softens it, mutes it a little bit, but it's very colorful, but it's also kind of soft colors.
Ooh,
Kyla
there goes
is
my warmth.
donning brindle, which has an earth toned color on the back.
I'm like,
You
give
feel
back.
it when it's gone,
I'm like,
don't you?
give it back.
I have a yak. I think it's yak sweater. It's got the shawl collar. It's from the men's section.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's like my house coat in the winter. And when I take it off, I mean to tell you, it's like a cool breeze as it coming through because it is so warm. This one is called Poppies. And it has a shell pink backing. This one's really, really colorful. Lots of cool patterns going on in this one. yeah, the yarn on it is very colorful. Everything about it. This one, we had one called Rangi Changi, which means colorful, but I think that one sold. This one is Peacock. It is very vibrant. It has periwinkle back, and yeah, I love it. I love this one. And all of them are hand stitched on the long sides generally have a silk ruffle, and then the short sides are all hand stitched with a coordinating silk and wool yarn.
There will not be how to make the blanket tutorials.
No.
Is this the last one? Yeah.
Yeah. This one's blackberry. It's like a muted purple and plum colors. I love the edge of this one. So pretty, isn't it? Like, it's got like all the colors in it are in the blanket. And you can see the texture, that's the pebbled texture, but it's also like super soft.
How do you feel about using glass eyes versus felted eyes?
I've never used glass eyes. I like sculpting, I like doing the whole thing in wool. And I don't know if that just is a tie over from painting, like kind of like this is the medium, so I'm not gonna, put an eye sticker on a painting. I'm gonna paint it. And but again, that's totally, I get it, and it does really contribute to realism, I guess, but my goal when I needle felt sculptures isn't to make miniatures. My goal is to, make artistic interpretations of whatever it is, of whatever the animal is. So.
Someone asked a complicated question.
Okay.
That I don't want to ignore.
Okay.
But I don't know that it's necessarily answerable.
Okay.
Can you suggest how to gauge the size of the head for the size of the armature?
Okay. I like a challenge. How to gauge the size of okay. The whole armature, head, legs, all of it, is somewhat different than, it's all about proportion. So whether it's just a bent head that's in like a dog, or a donkey, or a person's head, which, the way that I make it, it's a loop. You're going to want it the armature part of it a little smaller than where you want your sculpture to end up. But the whole thing is kind of that way. And similarly, like our spine in our armatures, especially in something like a horse, the spine of the armature is not where the actual spine of the horse's skeleton is. The way that I make armatures. So there's always some figuring to do. I think the best way to become familiar with that is to use if you're using our techniques, is to use our wire lengths, do a fox, do a donkey, and start to get a feel for how different animals are proportioned and what those lengths are. Because when I go through a tutorial, I'll say the head is going to be an inch long or 1.5 inches long. The neck is going to be 1.5 inches long. And then you start to get a sort of a database of armature sizes and the breakdown of different armatures. So I don't know if that was helpful or not, but that's what came to mind.
Delisa said an eye tutorial would be fun. I don't totally remember the eye tutorial, but there is one called Creating an Eye. I just linked the
It was a
techniques page.
long,
It was a long
time ago. And it was based on an owl, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So it's relative to scale, like to size. So on something like the borzoi or the mouse, it is a black eye with a white dot. Like I'm not trying to get.
At the time the owl.
Pass me the woman.
At the time, I think the owl was probably the biggest project that had an eye that you could really work on.
Yeah. So her eyes aren't even fully completed yet. She doesn't have a dot or any. But this is about the biggest eye. That's about 1/8 of an inch. That's the smallest eye I would try to do any. I mean, I don't love miniature and teeny tiny. But yes, there is an eye tutorial. Yeah.
Also, in the the 2D lion demo, I'm pretty sure you did some work on the eyes.
In the 2D lion, where there's ways to get that kind of glassy look, especially in 2D. I mean, in 2D you're painting, in 3D you're sculpting. We're sculpting with color, which is just kind of weird, and not many sculptures are like that. The fox head fits about 2 and 2 half body. It fits about 2
she's making
and
it separate due to hand pain.
Oh.
But if you're doing them separate, it's hard to know.
I don't know. I don't understand the question totally, I guess. Oh, I see what you're saying. How many heads make a body? For horses, it's 2.5 horse heads is chest to the point of the butt. But there might be that kind of information, fox proportions, online already. So like you could Google fox anatomy proportions and see if someone has already sort of figured that stuff out. You could do that for any animal. Good morning, Sue. Glad you could say hi.
She's late to the party as we're about to end the party.
Yeah, we are winding down, I think.
Oh, someone before had asked again to see the gold.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to
open it,
but it's I think I blended these 2 times, so they still have some, they're not like super blended. They still have a lot of variation in them. Well, Diane, with the fox, the other thing you could do is Google fox in profile and then just hold your pencil up to the picture, mark the length of the head, and then hold that to the body and see. Yeah, I end up making heads too big in general, especially on the people. It's just very hard to work that small, really, is what it comes down to. And eyes, I'm always making, in general, animals' eyes aren't as big as we think they are, especially the horse. It happens on the horse a lot. You know what I haven't made in forever that would be fun? It's just a sheep. Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh. So I'm trying to think if I have any other thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys.
When the female figure is ready, we will send out a newsletter. Mm-hmm. We'll send out a newsletter with information about the end of year sale.
Talbot's going to get his trumpet out. Oh, Talbot, now you have to get your trumpet out.
I don't have a trumpet.
But you played the trumpet, right?
For 9 years.
Yeah. All right. We got to get Talbot
a trumpet.
Don't you have a trumpet?
Yeah, key's really sticky. We have a lot of
It'd be like,
will you only come back on later to announce the winners? The winners will be notified once the auction closes.
Yeah, I don't think we'll do any like live,
Actual
like
announcement,
public announcement. But yes, if like I said, if there's a popular item towards the end, you know, it might be tricky, and whoever gets that bid in right before 7 will end up being the winner, despite everybody's best efforts.
Sue Bingham.
Hopefully, when I rewatch this, so Sue, on our website is the auction page, and you'll see the format is different. It's an auction format for each item, and you enter your dollar amount with no cents. We think no cents.
Right, you don't need just the
and the bid increments are there. And will it not let you do something that
you can't bid if you're not logged in. So if you're logged into your account,
log in. Will it let you do a bid increment that isn't the bid increment? Like, is it just the verbal, this is the bid increment, or the listing itself?
It autofills the next bid.
Okay.
So
okay.
If something is $30 and it's a $5 increment, the next option will be $35. And it's automatically there. I believe you can override it and put in $55 if you wanted to.
But there's a black button that says place bid, and when you push that, you bid. So
there's a lot of trumpet excitement. So now I'm envisioning like a launching video.
If I say it live, it has to be
with a trumpet. Well, I will get the trumpet out and see. Talbot does know someone who knows.
I feel
how
like
to
it needs a flag hanging from the bottom of it. I think it's gonna have
like the big long trumpet.
Oh,
we could have a little flag.
Well, we have like the little Sarafina banner that Talbot's mom made.
Oh, and Talbot knows how to fix a sticky trumpet. Oh,
Talbot has a friend. Talbot has a friend.
Talbot did it too.
Who knows how to do it?
Talbot worked quite a while doing that.
just a summer.
Still.
All right, big plans. We got big plans now.
This is how things happen.
We don't know what we're going to needle fell, but we know there's going to be a trumpet involved.
This is how things happen. You're going to have to dress fancy, too.
Talbot's like, don't make him quit.
I have drums, too. I have drums. We have a cello.
I could learn a beat.
We have a lot.
I have just one beat.
Instruments in my house. We do. We have a piano, a full drum set.
It's the Sarafina band. Jennifer can sing. I'll tell you what.
And I have the little, what's it called?
Tambourine.
A tambourine. We have one of those too.
I can do a bell or a triangle, perhaps.
We have a guitar and a ukulele and a kalimba. Have you seen one of those little kalimbas?
No. Do you still have a violin?
We never had a violin. We have a cello.
A cello. Okay.
It could be a whole thing.
Yeah. Baby everything would be a great tutorial. Just like baby.
So pretty much people are going to be disappointed if the female figure course is not announced with Talbot dressed semi-fancy playing the trumpet. Sorry, it's what happens. It's better than the workout outfit you had to wear.
We've had so many like spoof ideas. Like for a while I was writing a rap and I was like, you know, our music is written by a friend of mine that I went to high school with. Our Sarafina music and our music and hey, if you guys haven't checked out the mannequin challenge video that we have.
That's a good one.
It is really good. And it was a holiday. If you want to get a little holiday inspired.
Bill shot that, just like walking around.
Kyla's husband shot it, and my friend Dave made the music for it. But he was going to help me with a felting rap song.
But they don't care what you wear, so you don't have to dress fancy.
I'm picturing like the page boy wig, like the bangs.
You're telling me to not make him quit. You're talking about a page boy wig.
I'm just picturing it. I'm not saying I'm gonna push for it.
Well, now we have stuff to do. So
Yeah, now we will have stuff to do. I'm just trying to enjoy the holidays, which I'm sure everybody is. And I hope you do. Thanksgiving was lovely. Dad and Patience are coming for Christmas this year, which is unusual. And I shared a little picture of my living room on Fanfare this morning, which, decking my mirror with swag was a fun adventure. My friend came over and we talked and drank and tried to wire things together and make them stay on the mirror. And I swear I don't know how it's staying up there.
Like, don't breathe when
She's
you walk
like-
through the room.
She's like, I got a command strip. And she just kept like hitting me. She's like, you need a command strip. So it's all like,
Hooked
it's
in.
all like rigged up there with wires.
Don't
But it
touch
looks nice.
Yeah,
don't
touch it.
don't sneeze.
Talbot linked the mannequin challenge videos in there.
Oh, that's awesome. The mannequin challenge was so fun.
Sue's waiting for the felt off like a baking challenge. Oh, Sue, we've had
Oh
that.
yeah, that's been an ongoing idea, and we talked about that in my Chronicle story about the show, the show idea. Which I'm sorry, I kept hush hush long enough.
That's all good.
I'm done.
Well, we talked about the show before the
We
show
talked
was a
about
show.
the show way before anyone from the outside suggested it.
If we could fully produce something, we'd do it ourselves.
Deb, you're totally right. At this point, we're just like, da-da-da. No pressure. I don't care about the auction anymore. I just want to chit-chat. Godiva coffee is treating me right. Felting game would be fun. Yeah, when Audrey was still here, we were sort of plotting out like the layout of the felting challenge. I think it would be a week long of filming. I mean, talk about an editing nightmare. I think we would just have to like be very raw about it, Talbot.
That's one style.
That would be the style.
It'd be like handheld, like the viewers like, whoa. We could do it sort of. Well, yeah.
It had the confessional booth with the camera.
Oh, total confessional booth. I feel like I want like a GoPro somewhere. So you know how weird it is when there's like a GoPro pointing at you and you're just like, what's happening with this person? Like the camera's. But it would be, oh my gosh, it'd be a blast. Prizes would be out of control. Just no money, just fiber.
Fiber. It could be money if we had a sponsor.
That's true.
Like Godiva chocolate.
Yes. Chocolate sponsors would be great. Who else? What other big guns do we
I mean, I'd take a gummy
appreciate?
sponsor.
Yes. Gummy bear, gummy worm. Although at this point, any gummy would be good. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining in today, and good luck on the auction. Thank you for, just being here and being a part of all of this, and for your interest in my work, which is really wonderful. And I can't wait to see how it all pans out and who gets what. I will send a little note with everything, even though I don't have an official certificate of authenticity. The pieces have our little tag, the Sarafina tag or my signature on them. And I thank you all very much.
Did you want to mention your rise?
Because I did not figure out
Okay.
how to do that.
I got a bunch of names, but. we
Oh,
decided-
can we do like number them and do a raffle?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
All right. So Talbot took names. Yeah.
I mean, from people that have chatted. I can't
Yeah.
see.
Wait, we can't see everybody viewing, but of those chatted, and we're going to do a little raffle for some door prizes today.
Don't be upset if you didn't chat.
Don't just a little,
It just is.
a little extra. We didn't totally have a plan today in terms of door prizes, but I have a handful of things like a mug, a grab and stab, a little penguin. We could do some core, and we'll pick like 4 or 5 things, and we'll do a number generator. So I will announce that via a post on Facebook. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so few little prizes heading out the door in addition to the auction items. Yeah, thanks Talbot. Thanks for doing that and for bringing that up.
All right.
All right.